Hi, everybody. Welcome to the QB School. I am JT O'Sullivan. Today, Brock Purdy, the Niners rolling in Pittsburgh. Fired up for this one. Let's get it going. Welcome to the QB School. Before we dive into the video, a quick reminder about the Quarterback School Patreon community. This group is the foundation, the bedrock of this channel. Not only is it a great, cheap way to support the channel, but you get even more Quarterback School content. So hop over to the Quarterback School Patreon community, join. The link is in the video description. I appreciate your support. As for this video, let's get into it. Brock Purdy is back. The 49ers are rolling again, 4th and 1. A little naked keeper, get it to Kittle in the flat. Love the confidence in your boy Shanny with this call, 4th and 1. We're not going to run it. We'll come right out on it, put it on 13. Does a nice job navigating the edge, put it right on Kittle. This is an outstanding call. So again, anytime we're going to be as critical as we are on this channel about play calling, play design, you've got to do the other side of it and mention the really great calls. Right here, we're into the flat. We've got an over as probably the number 2, and we've got something to the corner. It's 4th and 1. We're on the road. This is a great job dialing this thing up. Nice execution. Nice job Purdy putting it right on him. Excellent job from Kittle navigating the edge here. So watch Kittle come in motion, navigate the edge. Juszczyk does a nice job as well. So they kind of double up on the edge. So watch Juszczyk up top. He's going to come and log the edge. So gets that outside edge. So we secure it, put it right on him, make somebody miss on the sideline. It's a nice little chunk. This is a big call. This is outstanding execution. Love the gutsiness here. And again, the ball is right there, right? There's no kind of down at his ankles, behind him. It's right on that 5. Put it on him. Allows him to straight arm, get off me, go get a first. Next one here, touchdown pass. Another outstanding design. Up top, the number 2, Ayuk. We're going to switch release double post. Now it helps when the corner falls. But y'all, this is what outstanding play design looks like. When you only get 2 people out on a route, 8-person protection, and one of them is wide ass open for a touchdown inside the red zone. It's really nice. And I get it that the corner falls. Okay. Don't come at me sideways. I understand the corner falls. So how did this get so wide open? So what makes this such a great play call is first off the switch release here from the 1 and the 2. Okay. From here, we're going to get into the double post. And what makes the switch release so great is really 2 things in my mind. One, it puts significant pressure on the back end to sort this thing out. Because if we're only going to have 2 people out on the route, theoretically, we should be pretty covered. These should be difficult throws. But what this switch release does here is the first thing it does is now we're inside and now we're up on the safety. So as we run across here, what does this safety do? Does this safety have the capacity to fall off, to basically pass this thing off to the other side and then fall off into the other post window? Theoretically, that's probably what they would want. But they don't. That's a hell of a lot easier said than done. So when he comes up on that switch inside post, that safety, guess what? Goes with him. It creates a big void. Now, because we did the switch release, so we're coming from the inside here, as we go up on the post, now that corner is outside of us. So we've got the leverage we want. So he's outside of us. We're then able to come up and boom, now we've got that beautiful window to be able to throw that thing. So the first thing let's do is let's watch that safety up top on the far hash, right under the U. See how he sorts this thing out? See him go with that inside post? Once he goes with that inside post, it creates the window for Ayuk. Ayuk does a great job of running right at that corner's technique. Widen him, nod, makes him slip, on skates, touchdown. Outstanding job, man. This is a world-class design, great play calling. Again, pass protection, 8-person pass pro. Whoom. I mean, that's as easy as it gets. There's barely anybody in the screen. Nice. Next one here. Another nice one to Ayuk. This time, bottom of the screen. We're going to run what I'm going to call is a wrap in by the new number 1 down here to the bottom. It's wide open. I think this is a really nice little zone man beater concept-wise without being in their quarterback room, knowing what exactly the reads are. We'll talk about exactly how it plays out. But Purdy just looks so comfortable, puts it right on him. Again, all sorts of open. But I like the fact that this drop back game, it feels like we have answers right now. So what are we doing? What are we talking about concept-wise? So for me, this wrap in is right here. Whether this is an in or a post or a drift, whatever you want to call it, in breaking route. Right here, it is paired with what I'm used to calling a pivot gather. And the whole point of this is in zone or any type of match coverage, we want that underneath hook defender to match or to gather towards that pivot so we can rip that thing right behind it in a big window. So if I had to guess, I would say that this is the zone side. So if you catch zone, we want to work this wrap. If you catch man, it looks like they're up top here and he's running like a little rub and we're going to come underneath it right here. Paired with like a pipe opportunity versus open. So you've got good man answers right here with this little under. You've got good zone answers. You've got a peak here at a middle field, open alert. Just good, comprehensive drop back football. Yes, please. Thank you. And again, Brock Purdy's able to get it out quickly. Great base. Accurate. Get a little yak going. There's a lot to like right here. Got weapons all over the place. Look how efficient he is with his lower half. Polished. Ball's right on him. Let's go. Next one here. One of the few kind of muddy decisions plays for me. This is Kittle up top on an in. I feel like the DB does a nice job. What I'm going to say, guessing. They might say studying or getting some sort of clue. I think Kittle could give us a better route at the top too. I'm not going to lie. To me, that's a little bit too simple as far as just run up and run in. Now, you couple that with the fact that I don't love what they're doing down here to the bottom. This looks like just post wheel. Like anytime we're going, whatever concept is the Debo jog concept, it's not for me. So whatever that is to the bottom, that ain't it. Okay, so that's the first part. Acknowledge that. Okay, this type of either effort or design, not for me. This in though, okay, so when we come up and run this in, one-on-one, Kittle, big body, put it on him, there's a lot to like there. I think what I'm saying route-wise is when you get up here, you got to threaten this as a vertical, dog. You got to run. You got to either sell the seam or you got to give him something or you got to sell we need some sort of creativity at the top. We can't just kind of JV this thing in here and just go, that's what I feel like the sound effect of this thing from the back looks like. So, I mean, you be critical. I know he's a great player. I need him going for the fantasy. That's not it. And does the DB maybe wrap his hand around? Yeah. Is the DB probably guessing? Yeah. Should we come back, hit him with the double move? Yeah. But watch this route. And again, maybe back in the day, he could just run up and run away from people. But they're all over that. That really has an opportunity to go back the other way. Muddy. Next one here. This is a hell of a throw, y'all. This is a Tampa 2 beater. Debo to the bottom, running the in. Second window. I mean, not necessarily how I would guess that they draw it up, but Brock Purdy ripping this thing right down the hash. Your boy's favorite drop. I mean, I want to say dot with a question mark. I think it's a hell of a throw. I can't imagine that that's how you draw it up. And what I mean by that is if we're going to call this Tampa 2, okay, so half field player, and the mic, okay, guess which one it is here. We'll go yellow sleeves. The mic run into the middle of the field. Normally, you wouldn't expect to get up and in, not the first window, but on the other side of the mic. That's pretty rare. Okay, it looks like it's paired here with just like an inside post. So that's, I'm telling you, rare. Now it works. The anticipation is crazy. 7-step drop. It works here. Good on you. But I'm not sure how replicable this is with this type of coverage. But man, let it wash over you right here. This is pretty sweet. Look at the anticipation. I mean, he's letting it go right there. Again, you can see the mic. The mic's actually turned that way as well. So 55 hunting up. And he still lets that go. That's not a great play from the mic by any means. Great anticipation, great accuracy. Good on you. Maybe that's just what he does. Second window, Tampa 2, hole shots. I will say, this brings back bad memories and good memories of a play that Mike March used to run all the time, where he would put the wide receiver down in a tight split right here, and then we'd call it a tight 8. and it was 20 yards stem, 25 yards on the hash. You would take 7, quick hitch, and let it go, and it was a trust throw. I missed it probably 10 times in practice. First time I ever played, I hit Roy Williams on it against the Minnesota Vikings. I think his helmet came off. I should splice that in there. But man, this is second window in. You can see there where that tight 8 might be there for number 10. Either way, man, look at this throw. You can see how the mic is looking that way, and it still gets in there. Yo! Good on you, Brock Purdy. Next one here, 2nd and 11, touchdown pass, bottom of the screen. Just a one-on-one back shoulder. Great ball location. This is a difficult throw from the 19 to the wide side. Again, great base, great rhythm. Accurate, right up on his face. This ball catches him. Ayuk, have yourself a day. Talented dude on the perimeter, but I love Brock Purdy's decisiveness. Ripping the ball down the field, being aggressive. I mean, these are all the things that we keep saying about Brock Purdy. He just does it seemingly every time he gets out there. This is a great decision. Dudes are making plays on the perimeter. This is not a big window throw. This is the ball beats good coverage. Better ball beats good coverage. But I mean, one-on-one at the bottom of the screen, right? Like, I mean, that's not a winner. That's a back shoulder. You can see Debo there running away potentially in the slot if you didn't like it. But I mean, that ball throws him open. Front pylon, touchdown, back shoulder. We are rolling. My goodness. Pretty impressive, man, to be able to come back from an injury and have this kind of first half where you're ripping it with shots like this, making plays. My goodness. Dot. Halftime, you dig the channel and you haven't already, please like, subscribe, hit the bell, get the notifications. Thank you so much for subscribing to the channel. It means a lot to me. I appreciate you doing it. We also have the Quarterback School Patreon community. This group is the foundation, the bedrock of this channel. Not only is it a cheap, easy way to support the channel, but you get even more Quarterback School content. So hop over there, join, become a member. The link is in the video description. We also have Quarterback School courses. Now, these courses are the premium content available through the channel. These are deep, deep dives on all of my favorite football topics, everything from RPOs, tempos, pass protections. The best-selling course is How to Beat Every Coverage. We even have an entire offensive system over there. So get over there and enroll. The links are in the video description. We also have a number of free resources available, also linked in the video description. Finally, make sure to follow me across social media platforms. I appreciate your support. As for this video, let's get back to it. Next one here, 3rd and 7. This is really the separator for me with Brock Purdy and a lot of other guys who have played in this system, is his ability to create. It's not necessarily always smooth, but man, when he gets out a little frantic, but is able to kind of calm himself, keep his eyes down the field, either make the plays with his own legs or drive it down the field like this, this is the stuff that I feel like this offense has been missing for as long as they've been in San Francisco. Over, up, look at his eyes downfield, bind Ayuk. If we could ever get Ayuk to stop jumping and catching it with his chest, that would be helpful as well. But man, there's nothing there. You know, maybe he would hit CMC here on this little in-breaker as the number 3 up top if he doesn't get flush with pressure. But he has to move off the launch point. No panic. So move, eyes downfield, get vertical, throw on the run, off platform. I mean, just seemingly does it every drive and makes it look easy. You know, there's not necessarily a smoothness to it, but he's got great change of direction, quick acceleration, boom, get up the field, great vision, put it on him. Man, what a nice 3rd down conversion. Great play. Next one here, one of the few probably what I would classify as turn downs of the game. Up top, Ayuk right over the ball. You know, it doesn't look like it's wide open from the wide, but when you look at it from the end zone and you see the back of 50's jersey, that's essentially not covered. Now, maybe he can't see him because there are bodies in his way, and that's part of playing the position. I get it. But I bet if he had to play this play over again, he would say, man, I probably should be able to find Ayuk over the ball here and drive this thing because it's open. We're taking a shot, play action. I think it's paired with like a deep out. The deep out's not going to be there. But when you get the linebacker type turning and running this way, he's really only covering the width of his shoulders. And this is a throw that I think Brock Purdy would feel very comfortable making, just away from that near defender for a nice big chunk, as opposed to kind of scrambling for a few. Now, it's not a sack. It's not making a bad play a disaster, but it is turning down a better opportunity down the field, in my opinion. And you're not going to see every single thing. And I acknowledge the fact that there look like there are people in his face, so don't freak the hell out. But I think if you play this thing from the back, and we'll pause it right there, when he steps up, nice job getting up, he can put that on Ayuk if he can see him. Now, again, I acknowledge the fact that there are 5 people between him and Ayuk. Okay, so you're not going to see every single thing. But instead of bailing, you kind of kick open, knowing that space is there. That's a play none of us would be surprised if Brock Purdy made. And it's probably a better play than getting out and scrambling for a few. So just banking that and getting better from it. Another third down conversion, this time to McCaffrey in the slot down here to the bottom, the number 2. I'm going to guess this is a choice route. The ball's certainly not thrown where Brock Purdy wants. This is one of those things for me. I think if we're trying to be objective and maybe just talking about some of the weaker points of Purdy's game, the arm strength outside the numbers or down the field is probably going to be somewhere near the top of that list. And so just acknowledging the fact that this is what those types of throws look like. So you come out, whether this is a choice or a true out, I probably hope it's a choice, but if it's just a true out, this ball comes out and just is a bit of a sinker. I will say that if this is a true choice where you don't know where he's going to go, so he can go out, he can sit up, he can go in, he can maybe take it to the post. These throws are not easy because you got to be ready to kind of go wherever he goes. So it can make some of these throws look a little funky like this because they're a hell of a lot harder because you don't know where he's going to go. So you've got to be really reactive. Now, the top of that route looks like it's almost a built-in little quick out. Regardless, they get a first down, okay? I get it. I'm being picky. But, that's not the ball he wants to throw either. Next one here, 2nd and 9, empty again. This time we're going to get pressure from up top. We're going to get a free runner. And it looks like Purdy certainly sees it because he spins out. And, again, showcasing his change of direction, his ability to make a play. All this is outstanding, okay? It can be all of these things. It can be great change of direction, unbelievable feel, just kind of football IQ, spin out, go get a completion, hell of a play going back across the field. It can be all of that, and it can be some deficiencies in the drop back game continue to peek their head. And so when I'm talking about this pressure up top, so we're going to come off the edge here. In almost every professional offense I've ever been a part of, I should say every, okay? If this is the hot, one of these guys has to be running some sort of hot route. Whether they peek, they break off, they run a flat, something is a hot throw. You can't say we're going to go what essentially is 5-0 protection here for these guys. So the 5 offensive linemen are blocking the 5 most dangerous here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then looks like the right tackle's coming out here. So if we get this +1 right here to this side, we have to have a hot route. I get it that it's my opinion, but it's also like this is how most competent drop back games are put together. And so you tell me, where do you want him to throw the hot up top? Where should the ball go? Who would you throw it to? Debo's running like a little whipper return. He's not looking. That's not a hot route. That's not a hot throw. If he were to go right in the flat right now, that would be a hot. Kittle's not looking. I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine. We're just watching the film trying to make sense of it. It works here. This is also, in my opinion, how you can get quarterbacks hurt by having free runners without hot answers. Okay, now he sees it here. He makes it happen. I've already acknowledged, and I want to say it again for the people in the back, Brock Purdy has ridiculous change of direction. He is quick in a tight space, and he's got a good feel for making plays like this. Next one here. This is a really cool kind of long trap action. So we're pulling the right guard. We're going to hit Debo, who is the number 3 up top. It's now the number 2 up top on the over second window. So no first window, yes, second window. This to me showcases some pretty impressive poise from Brock Purdy. So you're thinking you're going to get this as almost like a pop pass. The right guard is going, Kittle is going, selling that action. No, he turns it down, but he keeps his base and he's able to put it on him in the second window. Now, is it a perfect throw? No. Okay, you'd love to get a lot more yak out of this, but I think it's a really impressive job of not forcing it into that first window. So first, just acknowledging again, really nice design. So here's that long trap action. So he's securing the edge, and we're bringing Kittle across here for that little added flavor. Then we're going to rock this over here, which could very easily be classified as like a pop pass. You're trying to get it here because you want those second level players to step up with the action, the pulling guard, but it's not there. Purdy doesn't like it, but he doesn't bail. He allows it to work to the second window and then throws it to him. So it's just a really nice job, a really good example of design and poise from the quarterback position. So no, yes. And again, a little bit better of a ball. Maybe Debo doesn't slip, and that's an even bigger chunk. But I love to see the second window poise, the no panic, the hanging tough in the pocket. He does this continuously. Seems like he's got a great feel for these types of things. No, and again, look at his feet. See how they're lined up coming off that fake to be where he needs to be throwing it? He doesn't have to get there eventually. That's polish, man. That's really nice. All his cleats in the ground, no. Keeps that base, gets a nice completion. Next one here, nice little chunk again, this time to Ayuk, the slot to the bottom on a little seam route, a little what I'm going to call bracket beater. Great job from Purdy getting the ball out on time, in rhythm. Great base here as we get spidered and pulled. But the ball comes out. And again, when I'm talking about little, whether it's brackets or whatever the middle field open beater is, we'll classify it for all you diehards. This ability to hit this seam and wrap it inside that near safety. Okay, that's kind of the seam element of this. The other element of this is what I'm going to call like a little jerk hitch here. So up, run a hitch, and then you're in. Well, it sure looks like this linebacker type, nickel type, is eyeballing the number one. So when he sees him settle here, he's thinking, oh, I'm going to go undercut this thing, which then creates the big void for that seam. So it's the combination of that coverage working together, that 3/2 to the bottom, Purdy identifying it, getting it out on time. And you can see that linebacker type over Ayuk looks like he's hunting up the number one to the bottom. We rip the seam right over his ear. Just a great job. Again, super accurate, super decisive, gets the ball out on time. You know, he takes a good shot there as well. Got big 90. Again, beating our right tackle. Can't get beat inside, man. Holy moly. Ripping that thing. Nice shot. Big chunk. Next one here, 3rd and 8. Now, I love me some quads. Little quads empty here, double chip. And we've got 3 essential runaways. So if we're going to, quote unquote, like close half the field, I like the idea of being able to get 3 runaways here. This is a great job from Purdy, kind of buying enough time, showing great pocket presence, poise. So the formation here that I'm talking about is quads. So we've got 4 eligibles up top, 1 eligible down here. Now the 4 and the 1 are essentially staying into chip. They're running essentially checkdowns. So really, we only have 3 eligibles. Normally, I would say this is not for me because we're essentially closing half the field. Okay, so you're really difficult to come back over here if all 3 of your eligibles are only to one side. Oftentimes you'll see like high school Harry shit where they run like sprint out stuff to this. But right here, what I love about this design, this is not high school Harry, is we're running a runaway, an over, attacking this field. We're running a short end. We're running a deep end. So we've got multiple runaways. We've got multiple zone beaters. This is a really cool design, and we're maximizing protection. We're not putting our tackles on islands. Okay, they've got great opportunities here for multiple winners, and that's exactly what happens. Look at it. If you didn't like the over, does the in win? The short in, maybe if you wait till the second window. Does the deep in up top win? Yes. And thank goodness that we have the extra Pass Pro in there because we need every second of it to be able to hold up to make this thing work. We can't hold up at right guard. Now, it would help if the right tackle got some damn depth in his pass set as well. That's just me, though. It's not O-line school or tackle school. That's a big 3rd down conversion. Let's go. Another big 3rd down here, this time starting the 4th quarter. We're going to run what I'm going to call a deepish square out by the number 1 up top. This has got outstanding anticipation, y'all. Capital A with some accuracy. So much to like. I also acknowledge the play design that I like again because it's 3rd and 4. We don't run the out at 5 yards. We run the out at like 10 plus yards, so that if they're sitting on those things, now they think, oh shit, we're going to run by them. But man, this is outstanding. So much good accuracy and anticipation here. So I'll pause it at the top to show the anticipation. Once you let that thing go right there, you can see the wide receiver up top. Ayuk not out of the route yet. Okay, that's anticipation, capital A. Draw it in your mind for me so I don't have to draw it. The next part is just acknowledging the route. Okay, so the first down is what? 29. This route goes well past that. I mean, we're way past here. So now the corner is thinking, damn, I got to go make sure I don't get run over the top. Then we snap it out. The other thing that this does with this depth is it allows the quarterback Purdy to not go 3 no hitch and have to throw like a timing route out here at like 10 to 12. This allows us now to essentially take a hitch so we can get our base going, lined up, take that hitch or reset, and now really drive that ball right where we want. So just a different type of throw too. It's awesome offensive construction, great play call. I love this as a third and short to medium call. It's beautiful, man. It's outstanding. It's great accuracy as well. Just really high level quarterbacking, perimeter execution, just a lot to like. You get the opportunity here for wide edges. You see what that does to your boy 90 over here to the right. We bring Kittle over. He goes from thinking he's going to run 100 meters. So now I got to stand up and deal with a chip. Get the ball out. Boom. Right on him. First down. Let's go. Last one here, 3rd and 11. Scramble to kind of seal this thing. This is a great job from Purdy, man. Again, showcasing what I'm going to call is just impressive acceleration as much as anything. It's change of directions. It's quicks. It's good decision making. I love the passion there at the end as well. But man, he's got some quicks, right? Like this acceleration, right? No. Yeah, go get it yourself. I mean, that's pretty sweet. He splits those 2 guys. That is awesome. Drop back wise, I'm not going to pretend to tell you what the hell the read is here. There's nowhere to go with the ball. You know, there's no real first down options. Maybe Ayuk is supposed to be running like a wrap in. Catch like some iteration of Tampa here. Nothing there. I mean, where do you want the ball to go? You could throw it underneath, but we'd be punting or going for it on a 4th and medium. So no, got to go make a play. And I mean, those guys can't handle him in space. They really can't. They can barely get their hands on him. It's just a really impressive job of making a play. This 3rd and 11. This is hard as hell in the league. No, good decision. Don't force it. And then this. Whoom. I mean, look at that. You split 2 guys? Love it. So that is a wrap. Brock Purdy, the Niners, big dominating win, week 1 on the road in Pittsburgh. Really impressive on a number of different levels. First thing, man, just coming back from any injury, let alone an arm injury, and then Purdy to come out and not having played a lot of ball in the league to come out and continue to put up performances like this. Just solid, competent, and with some splashes. Really some saving plays, some creative, out-of-structure plays. His acceleration, his ability to make a play, make good decisions, not make bad plays disasters. Just so impressive and really fun to watch. You couple that with what looks like a little bit more of a robust drop-back game and what they always do in the run game, the play-action game, with those perimeter weapons, man, they are going to be tough to handle if Purdy continues to play at this level. Thank you so much for hanging to the end. I will see you next time. Have a good one.